Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series, The Last Viking, featuring the last Viking himself, Yorleif, the son of Veminder Ravenkiller, grandson of Ivar Twistfoot, and now the King of Gotland. For as you can see here, we are in our hall, and we are indeed a king. This is us, and we are magnificent. And so, having conquered the islands and put ourselves into a position to call ourselves king by obtaining for ourselves a particular object, which we can see right here, the branch of the sacred tree, which we stole from the dastardly Christian king of Sweden. Well, now we are indeed a king in our own right. Now, in order to be a king, we have to make sure that our court has a certain level of grandeur. So we're going to try to make sure that we can achieve this level 3. So we could have let's see, bland food. I suppose we'll go up to modest food here. And then we only really need one more. So minute lodgings or small lodgings. That should be fine. I don't want to spend too much money on this. So we'll try to go with just what we need there. It's only a small change, so now we'll only spend what we need. There we go. Let's apply this. So there we are. And we can hold court for the first time as king. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. The stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased, and all faces turn towards mine expectantly. In front of me, I count 3 petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call upon them. Gesture for the first in line to approach. Who do we have here? Kolbjorn. Ah, good old Kolbjorn, our hunt master and one of our skilled knights. Kolbjorn approaches carefully, cradling a woolen bundle. With a grin, he pulls back the swaddling, revealing a pair of squinting eyes above a lolling tongue. A puppy. He can hardly keep the excitable furball in his arms. A gift from the finest sighthound litter I have seen in some time, he says between face licks. You must take advantage and expand your kennels, my lord. Our kennels will have no competition. We could gain pet dog. Our house gains dog lovers for 30 years. That's kind of nice, actually. I kind of like that, actually. Our kennels will have no competition. Indeed, a good king should have a good set of kennels here. And that little health boost is certainly not going to hurt, considering, that we've got cancer. A thin, raggedy peasant stands before me, gawking at the opulence of my throne room. Obviously distracted, I call him to get his attention. Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. My village in Heotland was hit by a blight this year. We lost not only our crop, but our seed too. We have nothing. We shall starve without help. Glancing around my throne room again, he adds, surely you have wealth to spare. You will have the funds you need to rebuild. Your service will repay your debt. Yeah, okay. Free labor. Jotland in every realm county with 15 or fewer development gains free labor. Building construction time, development growth. Actually, that's nice. Probably better than pleased peasants. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, we'll pay the money, but we'll get that free labor as well. Before me stands my brother, Chieftain Onander. His head hung low. My lord Osel has been hit hard by recent raiding and looting. The people are starving, our fields are not recovering, and our livestock is not enough to survive anymore. We beg you to intervene and to save your devoted subjects with your great magnanimity. He bows deeply and falls silent. Some gold will help lessen your suffering. Oh man, they just want me to spend all my money. Osel gets county investment. I will grant you tax relief. Holding taxes, development growth. Or we know, we could put somebody in charge of that. I think we'll just grant him. I mean, nah, we'll grant him some tax relief. We don't really probably get very much taxes from him, anyways. As the last petitioner departs, various courtiers follow out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere. Others remain talking among themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon, the ceremonial formality of the proceedings has dropped away entirely, with the hum and bustle of normal courtly life taking its place. My business here is done. And so there we are. We are done indeed. So as we back out, we can see here our good kingdom, which, you know, amounts to the island of Osel, the island of Gotland, the island of Bornholm, the islands of Sjeland, and the island of Hjaltland over here. Now, the thing that we have to consider is, what are we going to do from here? Well, we have had some new characters arrive in our court, particularly some interesting ones. Now, you will know that our character has cancer. We discovered this in the last episode, and although they wouldn't really know what cancer was in this time, he can certainly tell that something is wrong. And so Your Life put out a call to anyone with knowledge who might be able to assist him with this, and we had some strange figures come to our court. Now, the first of which is Astrid, the Witch of the Woods. Now, this is our new personal physician, for this is a woman who is very well learned, and as you can see, she actually has a similar condition to us, and so she claims to have knowledge of how to cure this condition. She seems to be doing so, maybe not curing it for herself, but she certainly seems to be staving it off. And as you can see, she's a very strange and interesting woman. She learned the physician and herbalist skills from her mother, but yeah, certainly an odd woman here. Eccentric, humble, temperate. But yeah, she seems to have some knowledge of the sickness that ails us, and she claims to be able to cure us. And so we'll see if she is actually capable of doing so. Now, even stranger than Astrid is her husband, Odd the Draugr. Now, this is a very interesting man as well, a leper, as you can see, a man who has great knowledge of underhanded tactics, a man who is as mysterious as they come, but he has given us his loyalty. And although he is not a good man, an evil blackguard, as it says here, we probably can trust him to at least some extent. And he has wormed his way into our good graces and has positioned himself as our spy master. So very an odd couple. Get it? An odd couple that we have here between the two of them. And then we've got a couple other characters who have arrived. We have a poet here, Jorun Direz Snarfari. So this is a woman from House Snarfari, which was one of the Viking houses that invaded and conquered Iberia all those years ago. Her father is Captain Diri, who was once the Lord of Norlanda. Now, she trained in the Salon in Segovia, and then she heard word of the descendant of Ivar Twistfoot, who was now the king of Gotland, and she has come here to offer her services as a skald, as a poetess, and she has certainly found herself in a good position there. Now, she is of a good age, presumably, to get married, and we do have some interesting characters in our court that she could marry, and I think one of the ones that I like the best is probably Saemund the Shield. This guy's a very capable warrior of us, and you know, I think that a marriage here could be a good option. Now, obviously, we're not setting this up, but who knows? Perhaps the two of them fall in love. I mean, Saemund's a little bit older, but he's a capable warrior, and so, you know, perhaps they find themselves, you know, he finds himself entranced by her poetry. So I'm gonna set that marriage up for him there, and just to see if they can potentially have some kids as well. And then the last character here is our new royal architect and seneschal. Of course, Kjærulf died in that last episode, and so we need needed somebody new to manage our household, and Olaf Scales, as some call him here, has arrived to his court. Now, this is a man who is driven singularly by this idea that possesses him of building this great city, and he thinks that this city could be the one that we are building here in Visby. And so he has come to offer our services. He has been kind of kicked out of a lot of other courts because of his strange appearance and strange mannerisms. But he is a very capable man, and so we have positioned him as our royal architect and our seneschal. So there we go. We've still got, obviously, the other characters on our court, like Hrostir, the son of thunder, Branislav, still serving us as our steward. Navoka, the book thief here, is our tutor. So yeah, our court is well stocked with interesting and capable people, not to mention all of our very capable champions, whom you can see right here. So yeah, what do we do from here? Well, I do have some plans, but in order to do those plans, I do want to build up our military strength. So I will get time rolling here, and we will let our troops build up a little bit here. Ah, and we do have this dog, so what would be a good name for the dog? I'm sure that there is some good Norse names, so I'm actually gonna take a moment and find one. Yes, so probably one of the obvious ones that I just didn't even think immediately is Fenrir. But I've learned, I looked up another one, and that would be Freki, which is apparently one of Odin's wolves. So I think that's kind of a cool one. Something a little different. Fenrir seems like the obvious one. Yeah, let's let time roll. Let's build up our troops a little bit here. And here we go. To the handsome King Jorleifr of Gotland, I gladly accept your betrothal position. I will graciously take the hand of your son and heir Ivar when the time comes. I also look forward to the promised grand wedding. Try not to disappoint me, she says. Signed Grilla. Now, this character I went and found kind of in the in between episodes here. And she is actually an interesting character. I was looking for ones with good traits, but also who come from like a reasonable dynasty. And some of you might recognize the dynasty Ulfing here, and that is the dynasty of the King of Vinland. And well, you'll see here that character Grilla is actually the niece of the King of Vinland, and so certainly an acceptable match for our eldest son, Ivar the Elder here. And she's got that intelligent trait, which is great. And also gregarious, patient, fickle. She's, a strong Asatru believer. Her traits are great. So yeah, perfect match there. And we will do a grand wedding for that one. Now, one thing I also want to do, now that we've become a king and Gotland is kind of positioning itself as a very capable or important kingdom in this region, I think that it's possibly time, especially now that we've got lots of prestige, to form a divergent culture here. So if we take a look at this, now one thing you'll see is that we do need to change our cultural pillar. So yes, we can't simply stay on the bellicose cultural pillar here, which gives, a bunch of military bonuses. Now, the other ones that we have here, we have stoic, we've got bureaucratic, we've got spiritual, we've got ceremonious, we've got egalitarian, and communal. Now, we have to pick one of these ones other than bellicose in order to create a divergent culture. Now, the one that you might kind of gravitate to initially would maybe be stoic, because, King Jorleif here seems like a bit of a stoic individual. He certainly doesn't really seem bureaucratic or spiritual or ceremonious, egalitarian, communal. Probably none of those really seem to fit that character. Stoic is probably the best fit. But we can't be looking at this from the perspective of Jorleif, because Jorleif isn't the Gotlander culture. he may be the king, and the king may have influence over the culture. But the people of Gotland here have been developing a culture that is unique to their island for a long time now. Obviously, it's considered still Norse in game, but it's essentially now becoming a little bit more prominent. Now, one very interesting thing about the culture of this island um, in history was that they did actually have a very unique culture compared to the rest of the Norse. And they had a lot of one of the things that I found most interesting and that made them most unique was they had some very specific sets of laws and ways of doing things that makes me lean towards the bureaucratic cultural pillar here. And I think that if you go and look up the culture of Gotland as well, you'll see that they had a special way of doing the things, and they had a special codified set of laws. They were very mercantile. And so I think that bureaucratic actually works the best for this culture. And so that's what we're going to go with. It gives some nice bonuses too. And look at the description. No culture lasts longer than its oldest record, and this culture believes in accounting so meticulous as to guarantee immortality. This is perfectly fitting for the culture of Gotland. And so this is what we're going to go with. So we get that development growth, which is great. Monthly lifestyle experiences plus 10% is good too. Cultural fascination, great. Minority vassal opinion, different cultures, so minus 10, that's totally fine. So yeah, I think that this is perfect. We can't necessarily change anything else here. Architecture Norse, well, actually we could change to Danish. So architecture could be continental European, fashion Northern European, Danish. Interesting. Maybe we do change to that then, to kind of have like a slightly more updated version and stuff as well. We're going to change the names here. So I'm going to change the name to Gutar. There's a couple different things that we could probably use for it, but I think Gutar is historically accurate, historically relevant. So we're going to go with that. And then the collective noun is going to be Gutnish. And then I guess the prefix will be Gutnish as well. So yeah, that's what we're going to go with for that. And then we could change some of these. And I haven't looked at it too much, but I don't think that I necessarily want to change these. I think we're just going to add to it. Especially because we don't really have the prestige to get any of the really good ones here. Maybe tribal unity could be interesting, but yeah, like I said, these are all expensive. So I'm not actually going to change any of these. We're going to keep them all. They still fit pretty well. And we're just going to add some because we will be the cultural head here. My close families will convert. Two of my vassals will convert, which is perfect. So yeah, this is I think very fitting, and we are going to diverge our culture here. The Gutar divergence. Small changes in dialect, slightly different customs. It was easy to miss at first. Over time, small changes have led to large ones, however, and now the Norse living in Gotland have begun to identify themselves as Gutar instead. The Gutnish seem to be developing a growing appetite for verbose laws, long chronicles, and labyrinthine charters, taking comfort in a society run by ever-expanding formal practices. Totally fitting for this. With the Gutar people now looking to me for guidance, it is time to set the stage for our shared future. To a new age, a new era, a new people. And so there we go. Now, we could potentially... so we're locked into the 5 traditions, but we will potentially eventually get a new one later on. So yeah, there we go. We have our new Gutnish culture, the Gutar. It's only on the island itself, which makes perfect sense because oh no, the island of Hjaltland changed to Gutar as well. So that is actually kind of cool. And these ones, oh, actually, no, they all changed. Interesting, but not, neither's Estonian. Oh, no, okay. So, yeah, this is still Danish, and this one is Norwegian. Okay, yeah, so only Gotland itself changed to Gutar, which is perfectly fitting. That's exactly how it should be. The rest of these make sense that these are still Danish and Estonian and Norwegian here. So yeah, perfectly fitting. But the culture here on Gotland is particularly unique. So yeah, it's not necessarily as military focused as some of the other Norse cultures was. It was certainly more bureaucratic, more mercantile, and so I think that was really really kind of cool. Oh yeah, we can pick a cultural focus here. Banus. Unfortunately, we can't get up here into the early medieval because we're still blocked by the tribal government. Onagers could be good to get, though. I would like to get some onagers, so let's focus on that here. Expected to be discovered in about 27 years. Well, all right, that's a long time. Probably not going to live that long, but so be it. All right, let's let time roll on here. Now we have our own culture here, Gutar. Very cool. And obviously our son here, with his coming of age, my tuition of Ivar is at an end. Even as a child, Ivar had a way with words. It is therefore unsurprising that he's taken well to the study of diplomatic relations. A true silver tongue, he could sway the opinion of counts and kings alike. When he speaks, the court listens in enraptured silence. So he gets great eminence. Ooh, and he got Raider as well. I think we gave that to him, but yeah, so there we go. I'm going to take off his little helmet here. So there we go. A fine young man our son has turned out to be, and now he is of age to marry his betrothed here. So let us prepare that grand wedding, and we'll hold that in our new Gutar county or capital here as well. Okay, so it's going to cost us a little bit to do this wedding. Food and drinks, entertainment. I don't want to spend a ton on this. A generous feast is probably fine, but we don't need to spend a massive amount on this wedding. So I think that this is totally fine. We'll have a good feast, but we won't spend too much on the wedding venue or entertainment. It's still a grand wedding, but we don't need to blow all of our money on it. Let's see who's actually coming to the wedding. Other guests are, well, there's no head of faith, but extended family. We'll invite the extended family. Yeah, so yeah, no, looks like we don't have you know what, there's a couple people coming here. Chieftain Vemender Viangi's coming. Yeah, lots of counts and stuff like that, and chieftains, so I think this is perfectly acceptable. Do we want to do matchmaking? Find a good match and set up a betrothal for Alvor Ulfric's daughter. Oh, she was married to Geralf here. Yeah, sure, whatever. We'll do that. I've never actually done that option before, so there we go. Let's start the grand wedding. It's costing us a lot of money, but so be it. This is our eldest son, after all. So yeah, we'll host the grand wedding while we build up our military strength, which is going to be useful to us, no doubt, in the near future. So let's see how this is going. Oh, 8 months until it begins. Wow, that's quite a while here. We could go on some. Maybe we can go on some raids. While that's going on, I suppose we probably could, honestly. Yeah, there's no point of sitting around for 8 months. I suppose we'll just send one of our knights off to go and manage that. Oh, and another wedding can happen in between there. Aleda's Geralf's daughter, indeed, the daughter of Geralf, with Arnbjorn Rogenvalderson of the House of Orkneyjar. Well, make sure that's all done and taken care of. Yeah, so we'll put Thorbrandir Scrouty. We'll put Scrouty in charge of the army here, and he's gonna go and get us some money for the wedding. So where is he gonna raid? We can't raid Vinland since we're marrying the niece there. So maybe we raid the the Estonians again? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna raid. Sorry, Estonians, but we need your gold. So hand it over and maybe we'll be nice. Oh, look, this army can hold so much raid loot here. That's excellent. Yeah, so our raiders are just gonna go and, you know, they're gonna bring back gifts for the wedding. They're gonna bring back gold and all sorts of things for the wedding here. So let's just go and take care of this. It doesn't take too long. We don't really have any other raiders to put in charge because everybody's dealing with the wedding. Looks like an army is going to attempt to stop us. Totally fine with them trying that. So we'll let them come and attack us. I'm sure Scrouty here is going to be able to handle them pretty easily here. So we captured Chieftess Verve. She's a mad woman. Well, will you pay a ransom for her? He will. We'll take your money. And we'll defeat your army as well here. Crush him quite handily, as you can see here. There we go. Send him running. And then we're going to go and raid the rest of your lands as well. Take all your money. And bring it back for our own glory. We'll take a look at the battle there. Yeah, we lost 129 men, so you know, we did suffer some losses there. No major events other than that Arnbjorn proven himself here, 18-year-old man, maimed the enemy commander. To the thoughtful King Yorleif of Gotland, I propose a betrothal between my son and heir Halfdan av Oslo and your daughter Holmfrider Hefnedreit. Oh, he wants them. All right. Oh, actually, your kid's pretty good. I will accept. And then we go. I guess we've formed an alliance with the Norwegians here. They're facing a couple wars. Ooh, a subjugation war? And a holy war. Huh. Our nephew Boss Benito created a cadet branch of Thistle. Thistle? Interesting. Huh. So now there's three houses here of the House Scallendil. Scallendil, Hefnedreit, and Thistle here, or Thistle. Interesting. Boss Benito. Very cool. Mozarabic, Castalian. Cool. All right, maybe we'll do this one last quick raid, and then we'll go and assist the King of Norway here. The wedding's still... Oh, the wedding is beginning. Wow, it's been 8 months already. Wow. The spouses, Ivar and Grilla, are both here looking radiant in their best attire. At my signal, everyone will get into position and the ceremony will begin. There we go. We're at the wedding ceremony. The day has finally come, and I couldn't be prouder of my Ivar, the beautiful groom. As the person standing by my side has unwillingly discovered, look at him, isn't he radius, says Olaf Scales. Let's see, aren't you jealous? I'm just so proud. Yeah, I think I am proud of my son. There's a growing crowd of commoners. They're assaulting the kitchens and trying to guzzle down as much wine and veal cutlets as they can. How did they get in? Peasant connections. Ooh. Oh, that's actually good. You know what? Kick them out. Ugh, man. Marshall, Dreadgain. We are, you know what? This option is just so much better for what I want to do. The development growth. This county's liege is loved by the people. Oh, this is just so good. This is really so much better than the other option here. Because I'm really trying to max out development growth. But our character is arrogant and shy. So I don't think that we can possibly go against that. And I think we have to enforce the security. The bonuses are not good. We reestablished order. Man. Choked that we couldn't choose that one. I look over at Alvor gleefully clapping. I've been trying to find her a betrothal. Why don't they... Who do we got here? Kettle soup. Kettle soup. You make soup in a kettle. And actually, this guy's got quite the chiseled jaw. Sure. Let's see if she marries him. Hey, she follows our advice. Good for her. And this guy is our guest now, too. Cool. All right. The wedding continues here. Everything's gone well. Oh, my son has fallen on his face. I can still salvage the situation. We embarrass ourselves. No. Damn, there's a little bit of a embarrassment during the wedding here, it seems. Oh, our raiders need to continue their raiding here. Dang, stress level's gone up. Overwhelmed by stress. That's probably not doing wonders for our health, but you know what? We're still actually doing okay. Okay, we are going to need to intervene in this war. But we can't do that until the wedding is done, I think. Ceremony's reached its climax. They say I do. Very exciting. And so they are married. All right, it's time for the wedding banquet to begin. Yeah, well, we might actually be able to join the war without the raid there. Every wedding banquet has an interminable number of speeches. It's my turn for a speech. Awkwardly sit back down without saying anything. Yeah, let's just... I don't think we have anything to say here. We are shy, after all. All right, there we go. Then the raid. Let's bring the raid loot back here. This will be our wedding gift here. Every feast, there's always one. We say, shut up to this woman, and we gain snooty for a few years. All right. What happens here? Is there anything more jovial than a good feast? Sometimes it's nice to simply sit back and enjoy the little things in life. Good folk to mingle with here. Yeah, I think this is where I want to be. By ourselves. All right. What do we have here? I can't tear myself away from my friend Arnbjorn. I can see Gorilla starting to glare at me. Let's sneak out so we can talk properly. Yeah, all right. Let's do that. I'll just chat with my friend. We're gonna ignore the rest of the people there. This person wants to pay a ransom for his wife. All right. Take your money. After having spoken, Kristen tells me she finds me very impressive. Well, thank you. Ha. Our daughter-in-law is holding a grudge against us. Very amusing. She doesn't like her father-in-law. Cancer, time for treatment. The grim smell of bubbling tinctures and mash salves assaults my senses as I make my way through to my physician Estrid's workroom. She looks up from an unction that she is preparing. The time has come, my lord. I know of several ways to treat your cancer. I would recommend drastic measures, but the choice is yours and yours alone. She grimaces. It will not be pleasant. Oh. Just as the wedding comes to an end as well. I'm willing to try new things. Mystic treatments are unpredictable. The results of strange rituals may be miraculous, but could also drive you mad. Oh, maybe we try that. Maybe we try that because she is the Witch of the Woods. Let's do it. Estrid has told me that Ire demands sacrifice. Later that evening, I hear screaming. Following the sound, I find Estrid hunched over a body, panic in her eyes, blood on her hands. It was for the good of the realm, she breathed. I'm not sure how I feel about what happened, yet I cannot deny that most of my symptoms seem to have gone away since... Oh no. You gain greatly reduced disease symptoms for 5 years, and we got the secret deviant. Oh gosh. All right, so apparently some, you know, a life for a life was what it required here. Ooh, dark tidings. It was probably a guest at the wedding she sacrificed in order to do that. Dang. All right. And there we go. It's time for the bedchamber activities, as you can see here. And we are being called into war. All right, I will accept, but I will say I can manage things from here. Okay, so we are involved in that war, so I will actually join in your other war as well, the subjugation war, because that's actually the more important one. So we will do that. I'll still manage things from here, but I am going to call up my army, and we'll put the army in charge of the capable Scrouty, and we'll deal with our Hoos here. So they only have a small army over here that we should be able to handle capably here. Tired after long days of waiting and socializing, my cousin, brother, and I ensconce ourselves at a table to mull over the union. Alvor speaks quietly. You know, I must say, I still have misgivings. I worry for my nephew. This provincial Ulfing fiend is beneath the dignity of the so great of House of Hefna the Rate. She sullies Ivar by mere association. Come, cousin, Anand says, give it time, grant them a moon together before you pass such judgments. It is in Odin's hands now, I think we shall say. What of it? Leave love to the bards? Yeah, leave love to the bards, we say. This is a marriage of oh, Ivar Hefnederate has become the owner of a skull goblet. Our son got a goblet as a wedding gift. With the newlyweds retired for the evening, the braziers are lit. I find myself gazing down my goblet at Dietrich, father of the bride, who has just almost choked on his meat. He's blind as well, which is kind of interesting here. I admit your son is a fine match for my daughter, as happy as they may be. We are family now. Ale, more ale. Yeah, I think we're just gonna drown ourselves in ale here to avoid having to deal with people. All right, our army is formed up here. We should be able to go and deal with the enemy. Oh, what happened to our son? Activity log. He seems to have gotten injured here. Did he get into a fight? Let's see. Not really seeing anything about him getting into a fight. Grand wedding, entertainment. Well, he got scarred anyway, so he got injured somehow. But finally, the last guest leaves, and the wedding is indeed done. So the two are wed. They don't seem to. Oh, actually, you know what? They did fall in love, so they are lovers. Well, maybe not love. They're not soulmates, but they are lovers. So they certainly seem to have enjoyed whatever happened after the wedding banquet here. All right, our allies are going to go deal with the enemy army here. Oh, we're just being called into all the wars. I suppose we'll go and help the Norwegians here with their wars. So they're going to be able to handle the enemy army there. We've had a son, Glum. I like that. Glum Yorleifson. All right, we'll keep that name. My liege, have you heard what they call you? My master of hunt, Kolbjorn, says to me, straightening his back. King Yorleifr the Fearless. Spectacular, is it not? It's on the lips of peasant and noble alike. A cause for celebration, I think, Kolbjorn exclaims with a cheery tone. Nice. Yorleif the Fearless. That's actually a pretty decent nickname there. All right, so there is a pretty big army that's coming in, but I'm feeling pretty capable there. Our allies have dealt with the other army there. The Holy War for the Chiefdom is not going well, so I'm not gonna. I mean, yeah, no, they just lost it here, so that is what it is. Oh, Polania. How did Polania take some? Oh, Polania must have. Oh no, never mind. It's just because we're in a war with them that we can see them separate here. All right, so war score went down quite a bit. I think actually all we have to do is siege down their capital here, and we will get all the war score we need against our Hus. Yeah, there we go. We lost that one war. So that's unfortunate, but so be it. As long as they don't lose the subjugation war. Cradled by death, when the midwife finally exits the birth chamber with a softly crying bundle in her arms, relief washes over me. Then I see the look on her face. I'm sorry, my lord. Lady Tora. Our wife. No. Oh, man. Words fail her, but the tone of her voice says it all. One life has been extinguished, but a new one has just begun. I must stay strong for my son, Eric. Oh, no. Our wife died. And she was our soulmate. Oh, no. Damn. Poor Yorleif. Frecky, the council meeting. My dog will join me in the council meeting. We need the comfort. A demonstration of leadership. King Orvar of Norway has been hovering around my council meetings lately. Knowing his interest in matters of leadership, I cannot help but feel the man is waiting for me to impress him. I could probably engage him in conversation. On the other hand, it might be better for him to simply see me interacting with my men. There is something to be said for at least pretending to know every soldier's face. We should go greet some recruits. We get respected figurehead for 2 years. Nice. Jean, the Duke, the daughter of Duke Eadbert of Huica, or Huicha? I don't know, whatever it is. Is once again absent from my chambers. Do you have another? We're gonna confront her. How could you say such a thing? I suppose we have to take her at her word. I'm sorry, King Yorleif, says my Chancellor, Chieftain Yorander. I have to disagree with what you just... Grr. Frecky gives a guttural growl, and Chieftain Yorander jerks back, looking from the dog to me and back. On second thought, I think it's a great idea. Such a good girl, Frecky. Perfect. Oh, nice. The Norwegians are actually fighting pretty good here. We'll do the siege down here. It's gonna go slow. But, we'll get it done. There's a little bit of an army up here that we'll have to help them with. You know what? Maybe we can just leave enough troops to go and do the siege, and then we'll go and try to see if we can coax our allies into attacking the enemy. We'll take control of the main army here, and we'll leave a good siege commander in charge of the siege. Wait, which army is staying? Okay, no. Let's go like this. We'll go like this. And then we leave this army here in the command of... Yorander here. I actually can't tell which of our armies moving. I'm pretty sure it's the smaller one. No, it is the bigger one. Okay, never mind. Frostier, you take that. Smaller army, gonna be Yorander because he's got the siege one. We're gonna take control of the bigger army here. And yeah, let's see if we can coax our allies into fighting here. They don't really need to break these sieges because we're probably gonna get the war score we need. Let's see, will our allies join us? No, I don't think we want to engage just like that. We can get another perk here, though. Engineered for destruction. Not going to help us too much, but if we can get living off the land, that could be good. Raid speed is going to be a nice bonus for us. We're going to be able to raid things so quickly. I'm going to hold... yeah, I'll hold a little bit closer to our allies here. And then we'll see if we can coax them into a fight here. What do we have here? An offer of wedding. A betrothal between my son Hreifen Ulfling and your daughter Thorun Hefnadreit. Well, we do already have a little bit of a peace with you from that other, so sure. And this is his son and heir, so yeah, we will accept it. And then we have here, we are not married, but don't have any interest in that. Holmfrieders come of age. Proud to see my daughter. Oh, she's actually very knowledgeable in combat. All right, yeah, let's hang out over here. I think that should be fine. Gonna speed up time as well. Our son has learned a little bit, which is good. Ivar the Elder. We'll have to test him in battle here soon enough. He is a raider. That is it's good to see. All right. Sieges. All right, sieges are ending. Let's see if we can coax our allies into engaging in some battles. And will they come and join us here? Maybe. Looks like they're starting to make their way over. And this siege is going to be over soon as well. Let's see. Will they join us? Okay, I think they might. This could be a little bit risky, but I'm hoping that our allies are smart enough to join us here. Yeah, we should get the... actually, maybe they're not going to be. Damn. Oh, man, it's really annoying when your allies don't join in the fights. Maybe they still will. I mean, heck, we could probably still win anyways, so we'll just have to see. How long is this siege going to take? 3 days left, so we'll be able to get our army to hop in the sea and then maybe just jump right into battle here, and maybe they're gonna make it in time to assist us here. Okay, so there we go. We won the war for our ally there. Boom, getting a bunch of prestige, which is excellent here. Oh, crushing the enemy armies. Oh, we're gonna absolutely annihilate the enemy armies, and we don't even need them. Perfect. Oh man. Yorleif the Fearless. Indeed, he is the Fearless, going to battle without even the allies backing him up. Look, we totally took them down without them even being able to stop us here. So details of that battle. Oh my god, we only lost 25 men. They lost 4,791. This is almost as bad as when it was landless. Take a look at the events there. Captured a guy. Yeah. Take a look at this one. 0 loss. Okay, well, that was just not even a real battle, so... Jeez. All right, let's let him come to us here again. And, going up against King Pirsbor? Prizibor. I don't know however you pronounce these, but... Oh, and here we go. Engaging a Polish knight who's the Craven. Oh, that's unfortunate for him that he is choosing to go up against us. Butchery. You make a show of your cruel skills as a raider. Gain some dread there. Nice. I'm the fastest blade of the Gutar. Strike, parry, riposte. And yeah, slaughter the man. Goodbye, chieftain. Oh, wait, he's a chieftain. Nice. Oh, actually, he lived, though. My sister was killed in a peasant revolt. Oh, no. Oh no, and oh no, a bunch of our nieces and nephews. Oh, we're gonna have to go and deal with the peasants here. Wow, they killed our sister. That is not wise. Oh man, that is rough. Actually, Yorander. I'm sorry for you, Yorander here. Oh man, and yeah, so that is actually really rough. So peasants rose up and took the island and killed our family. Jeez. Well, there we go. We actually crushed the enemy in that war. So there we go. It seems that there's just this one place that we gotta siege down right over here. And that'll probably turn the war score back in our favor here. Hopefully it won't be too long of a siege. Damn. Let's take a look at the details about it. Oh, did we capture this guy? He's our prisoner. Oh man, we probably got to keep him. No, 0% war score from the prisoner. Oh, the Polish king. So we caught the Polish king in battle there. Oh, well now. Oh yeah, because he's just an ally. How much are you willing to pay for your own ransom? Not 200. Oh yeah, That's a king's ransom right there. Gotta love that. Tons of money. Oh, look at our prestige. We got 10,000 prestige. Oh, that is so good. We could definitely reform our culture now to pick a pretty good one. The question is, what do we want to pick? If anybody wants to go and just like look through these and figure out a good one to pick, we can certainly get a new one and potentially get a really good one. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you think we should pick one of those. I'll probably switch out Malleable Invaders because I think that's the one that is least fitting for us right now and probably doesn't give us any bonuses that we really need right now. I'm gonna switch that, and I'm gonna put our siege guy back on. Poor Yorinder. Nah, you know, we'll stay on. Yorinder needs to return home and mourn his family, so we'll allow Yorinder to return home for now. In fact, I'll even, you know, I'll make sure that he returns home by forbidding him from being in the army. So yeah, this siege should go pretty quickly. They're gonna get that siege done there. We're gonna finish off this siege here, and that should end the war probably. Yeah, there we go. 100%. Yeah, easily done. Excellent. All right, there we go. And we should get some prestige from this as well, from helping our ally here, who is now actually pretty much solidified himself into a pretty decent position as King of Norway here. Has our truce with the Swedes run out? 2 more years. All right, so be it. There we go. And we have had a daughter. Oh, actually, she's got... Oh, look at this. She got both traits as well, just like Ivar did. Nice. Emily? Name her after an ancestor. Thuridir, Grima, Doa, Gunhild, Bergthora, Thuridir. Let's name her. Actually, we might already have a kid named Thuridir. Oh well. All right, there we go. Disband our army. Excellent. Well, I think that was a handy display of our skill. I mean, we've got a couple kills under our belt. We've added a few kills to the Heftinger of Virtue here. Look how many characters this spear has killed. Not too shabby. Yeah, things are going reasonably well. Our culture here is established on the island. We've got the religion, as you can see, Catholicism is really starting to spread in Sweden. But Norway remains true. But yeah, the Catholicism is starting to really spread here. So the question is, what do we do next? Well, we are feeling healthy enough. And so I think that it is time for the next big step of our plan. And that is going to involve the Holy Roman Empire. And perhaps earning ourselves a name as the greatest Viking to ever live. But that will be in the next episode. So until then, Wanderers, thank you for watching.